So I'm up, Miss Comey, and I'm going to tell you all the things that traumatized me. For when the first time when I saw Batman Returns, the part when Catwoman was shredding her stuffed animals traumatized me because the us animals were so cute and pink and colorful. That's all, and for that, um, also, um, Benny, when I was 9, remember when I said for some years, Vinny, putting to bed every night for some years, while he felt like some years he just did it once I started doing it once I turned 10, because mom couldn't walk anymore because of the ALS. Yeah. Um, so, and, when I was 9, so for those years before that, I turned before mom couldn't walk because of ALS when I was 10. Before that, early on during 10 years old and before that age of 10 and all the other ages, before, since I started living with her basically, she would put me to bed every night and give me a hug and give me a kiss on the cheek or forehead and read me a bedtime story or a lullaby. And Vinny one night said that mom's not doing any stuff, so because this not doing stuff is because um I started crying. He goes, go ahead, cry, baby. And he says, he says, from now on, you're going to clean. You're not going to sleep with the TV on. There was a fucking TV on, and you're going to put on your own shoes and tie them. Put on your own fucking shoes and tie them. Now on, and you're going. Um, my brain's so far from remembering this. And he said, you're going to get your own clothes and pack your own fucking lunch. And you're going to pack your own fucking lunch. He basically says, you're going to. Then he said, fucking every time. Then he would say the rest of the other thing. I just don't really repeat word for word what he said because I don't know. So that's how he said, and he would say on the top of his voice. And this was when I was 9. He said that. Uh, um, um, yeah, and he when he did after that, he slammed the door after pushing me onto my bed, and he said I'm not a fucking baby anymore. So time for me to grow the fuck up. He said he said all before he slammed the door. Yeah, and the next day, um, no, not the next day. So I cried all night, and mom comforted me. He said it's not true what he's saying, and that he's cranky because I'm she's sick, and in other ways, she let me know that I'm a baby, her baby. Yeah, and um yeah and uh she when I was 1, she didn't want me to watch Behind the Dinosaur or Sesame Street and took away all of my Sesame Street collection of my Sesame Street collection, and including the Big Bird movie. Didn't want me to see Elmo and Grouch because she didn't want me to watch Sesame Street anymore. But I went anyway and didn't told Dad about her not wanting to watch Sesame Street. So Dad got in trouble and had arguing with Mom, just like the Powerpuff Girls movie, because she didn't want me to watch that anymore. The Powerpuff Girls franchise one, just like SpongeBob, she didn't want me to watch anymore as one because she wasn't watching a full episode or the moral lesson of the episode, and. Uh, she went positive. She thought it was about teaching kids to swear when it was a certain episode where SpongeBob swear, but they put sound effects in the swearing. And the moral lesson of the episode was that swearing is bad and wrong. And that was the moral of the episode. I'm releasing some anxiety. That's why I'm shaking back and forth. So I'm sorry if that's a distraction. I'm sorry. And I sometimes repeat myself because I'm releasing some anxiety. And asshole, like, people at Lighthouse, like my original therapist, said, said, stop doing that. Repeating myself. So, and, yeah, I told you that before. Also, the next day after Vinny said that, AJ said when I came home from school while I was playing my Grinch doll that's played the Grinch theme song, I was singing and dancing to it while I was in my bed. He told me, Jake, you're 9 years old. Grow up. Yeah. So that hurt my feelings a lot. And, he said, he asked me one time, are you crying? When we were watching Tim movie in 2000 when I was 3. He called me a crybaby when I was watching the pod, when he would take the line to Baby Roo, and he gave him the Baby Roo the necklace and said, only the best is for my bestest little brother. And was them taking it with the, was Tigger and have taking his first family portrait ever, and putting in the necklace, the picture in the necklace, and yeah, so Mom also didn't want me to watch the Gumby movie because same reason why she wanted me to watch SpongeBob or Buying the Dinosaur or Mr. Rogers because they have bad role models and teach bad lessons and inappropriate. The reason why she said Gumby's inappropriate is because Gumby is naked. The Gumby movie. But I can still watch the Gumby show. And one of the reasons why she didn't want me to watch Sesame Street is because there's a vampire on it, and vampires are usually violent people, critters, things. And Cookie Monster eats nothing but junk food. That's why she didn't want me to watch Sesame. This is the other reason why she didn't want me to watch Sesame Street. I'm just telling you what they were. And Oscar is a slob. So she wanted me to watch Showgirls and Stripperella. She introduced me to, instead of that, she introduced me to The Godfather. That's when she took away all those other things and forbade me to watch them, including Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball and other stuff like Franklin, Little Bill, and pretty much every kid's show I liked, or movie, more or less, more. Yeah, So, Mom wanted me to watch the Godfather trilogy and uh, Strippella and Showgirls and let's see, what's the because oh, and also the Rambo cartoon show. Oh, and First Blood, the movie. That's the solo movie, the first Rambo movie. Yeah. Just because she was okay with me watching those other inappropriate stuff. But of course, pretty stupid when you just think about it. And yeah, I wanted to watch my stuff, but you know, I end up liking those stuff of this, like my old stuff more though. Um, you know, the stuff that Mom took away from me. She took away all my Bonnie VHS and my SpongeBob VHSs and my Sesame Street VHS and Gumby movie, and I didn't got those till I got to watch them till I was 5 years old. And just like Thomas the Tank Engine franchise, she did the same thing when I got into Thomas the Tank Engine, and she took away from me when I was 1. Around the same time, she took away all the other stuff that I loved. She did that with pretty much almost everything I liked. And one time when I was 9, I was playing with a Jackbox in Toys R Us, and I asked Mom if we could get it, and she said no because I'm too old for a Jack in the Box. This was when we lived in the first Medford house, and we wanted for us, because, you know, I just wanted to have some fun, you know, and, yeah, in 2006, when I was 6, I saw the SpongeBob movie, and, I saw it was Finny for the first time and AJ for the first time. Just like the Shrek movie, I saw was Finny and AJ for the first time in 2004 when I was 6. Before I saw was Dad and AJ, both movies. And the SpongeBob one was a very special one for me. And Finny yelled at us and swear at us in the theater when I was watching the movie because we were crying in the scene where SpongeBob, well, was dying with Patrick and getting tortured to death with a lamp and drying out and realizing that what makes them special is the fact that they are a kid and goofballs, a couple of goofballs, and realizing that what everyone said about them was true, that they are kids, and that, but what's not true, what everyone said about them, that those are flaws, basically, because they come to realize that that is not, those aren't flaws, those are their strengths, not their weaknesses. And that's when they started singing, I'm a goofy goober, yeah. You're a goofy goober, yeah. You're a goofy goober, yeah. Goofy goober, yeah. And it was really so emotional. Me and Asia were crying there. And they said, shut up, stop crying, stop being crybabies. Or we'll leave there. And when we said, and we both said we don't want to go home, we want to stay here with SpongeBob. We're too sad to go home. We don't want to leave. We're not leaving there. We're too sad. In other words, go home without us. We told him. And I can't remember, I just think he just changed his mind because we were embarrassing him. because we were crying over the movie. And that's all I can remember. The shaking back and forth helps me remember when I have so much bad stuff. And uh, then he started yelling at us, doing the same thing, telling us to stop being crybabies. But it was such a touching moment in the movie when oh, and also Mom was there. Mom was there, just like she was there with us when we saw Shrek 2 in theaters. Yeah. And when I saw the American Pie movies with Vinny and Paul, Mom came with us for all three American Pie movies when they came out before the divorce. And all this cosmic trauma, and so me and H were crying because SpongeBob at the third act, by the third act of the film, after he is brought back to life from being tortured to death, him and Patrick may bring the crown back to the King Bottom, and they save the day, and SpongeBob gets outsmarted by Plankton, and he says to Plankton, "You're right, Plankton, I am a kid." And he makes a great speech how yeah, he's a kid, and he's also a goofball, and we know, and all these kind of things that people have said about him, but most important, but the thing is, the reason why he's saying this all this stuff is because he sees that as no longer a problem for him. He sees that as the answer for him in his life. It's so set to manage a job, but it's also a movie. When you really look at the movie's about self-discovery and being who you are on the inside. And what SpongeBob is a kid who is a goofball who was a goofball. And this teacher told at Lighthouse Jacob not to sway like this, and that point out probably his own way for him losing anxiety, and he stopped doing that over the years, and really he just stopped doing that over the years. So I was worried about him. I like how does he function like that? That's why I wanted him to stop singing, because I was just assuming I was giving him a headache. So I encouraged him to stop swaying because I just was worried that he was giving himself a headache by going back and forth. But I wasn't trying to be mean to him like there was something wrong with him. But apparently I just realized everyone else was doing it, including Miss Barmash, who was, I think, the softest on Jacob. I think. Which is that in the weird way she's like so soft on Jacob because she could break his spirits just like Joseph because she's a cunt whore. That's right. And she could break my spirits. Jacob broke God's spirits forward by not explaining. Joseph got his spirits broken by not playing with dinosaurs, and I got my spirits broken by shining up about movies and TV shows, and it's the first two shitty Spider-Man films. But guess what? I'm back. So fuck you, whore. Miss Barmash. Sparkling regret that she actually apologized to me in the letter that I sent to her. Well, I haven't said I made letters to all people that only apology. And just feel I want to say hi to. So yeah. That's all for that part of the video. So Vinny, when he got us back from SpongeBob movie, he says, "You never fucking seen that movie again. Not even only a copy of that movie. You know, only copy when the movie goes out." So what does that do? He gets it from me. He gets the widescreen version, but then so I want the full screen version. So he gets the full screen version and returns the widescreen version. Oh my god, that's exhausting because I accidentally said it really, really fast. Okay, so Vinny takes it away, and I don't see it till I'm 9. That copy. So Mom gets me another copy, and Vinny takes credit for that copy that Dad got. When he gives it to me, when I find it in his drawer, the same day I found RoboCop, and just decides that I can have it, and stuff. Because Mom convinced him. So when I was 6, Mom got me a different copy. It was a widescreen copy. So I just didn't care at that point because I really liked that movie. And Vinny caught me watching the movie for several times that the same day for the first day I watched it. And he took out the DVD player and was going to break, and then I got into a fight with him. He won the fight. He kept on punch me and punch me and punch me and punch me in the head while strangling tighter and tighter around the neck. And he then laughed and said, "Ha ha, you thought you would, you think you're such a badass now because you have the SpongeBob movie. And you think that gives you purpose, like make you the son of a badass. Because she's a goofball, you're a goofball, haha. So I just really good, haha." And one time, twice actually, Miss James gave him, that bastard, gave movie I, Robot, that I brought into the classroom for everyone to watch. Actually, this didn't happen once. This happened 3 times. Transformers, Spider-Man 3, 2007's Transformers, not the animated Transformers movie. Okay, and I, Robot, 3 days, separate times, 3 different movies. Each time, I got expelled for the rest of the week. Each 3 times. 1 week, 3 times. And it was Miss James' idea that suggested it to Vinny. And somehow she convinced the school. I don't know what she said, what lie she said. I'm just guessing it was a lie. So Miss James gave all 3 films the day that she went into my locker those days without my permission, just to snoop around in my bag. And she decided to steal it. Actually, I remember we watched all 3 films. And she snooped around in my bag when we were watching each 3 films those separate days. 3 times this happened. 3 times she did that. Snooped around my bags in my locker. So I should put locks on locker so that way she wouldn't do that. Dumbass me. So when we got to halfway, it was always at the halfway through point for each movie, and James decided to shut off, take confiscate the DVD from me. Oh, that's what she said every time. Do you want to recognize that word when she said that to my Batman Returns DVD that she confiscated that Dad got for me in Hollywood Video, and she gave it to this A-bag to throw away in the garbage while the custodians cleaned it up and replaced the trash while I was being in timeout crying and crying on the inside. And outside. Yeah. Then I had a psychotic break that day. And in those 3 times, Benny brought each film home. Transformers 2007, Transformers, and iRobot, and Spider-Man 3. And he put it in his collection and never put it back in my room. AJ, then he let AJ watch it, and then AJ never gave it back to me. That would rightfully belong to me until, well, he gave me pretty much all of his collection of movies that some belonged to me in the first place, so I should have really had them. The only one I rarely recognized that was rightfully mine was the iRobot one. I'm sure there are others probably, but I don't know. Yeah. So, I remember he also, you remember how I said I had begged to watch the Transformers 2007 film, and I wasn't planning on returning back because it was mine? I did the same thing with Spider-Man 3. And another time, I brought it in school, then I changed my mind before I even played the movie. So, yeah, I didn't got my money back, any of my money back, my, tokens and bucks back in the book for not really watching a full movie at all. Any 4 of those times. So, yeah, I got ripped off. Yeah, and, and, that's, she went in my locker the first time and went to my bag the first time, and that was the first time and last time, as far as she gave me back my movie that was rightfully my mind, but I left it in the locker on purpose. Well, Vinny, yes, Vinny, this, well, asked me what the movie is. I didn't tell him the truth. I said I just threw away his skull so that he can never have it. He then strangled me and after slamming on my head on the floor, and then keep on punching me and basically interrogating me while keep on strangling and punch me. He eventually let go. But it wasn't short when he asked. It was a long time I was hanging there, and then yeah. That was all. This was my first year at Lighthouse when I was 10. After my 10th birthday. And he did that thing to me twice, interrogate me. The other one I think was iRobot. No, wait, that was the SpongeBob movie. He was strangling me and punching me. And then slammed me on the floor first. So he wasn't interrogating visiting the dick that day. And, yeah, one way I really hate the last Sierra Benson movie is